welcome to my channel. Susan's Just Making It. I'm Susan, and as always, I'm here making stuff, messes, chaos, and just trying to make it through life. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if this is your first time watching, welcome to my channel. Hope everyone's doing great today, and if you like today's video, thumbs up's always appreciated. So in today's video, I'm going to share my latest haul from TEMU. So I purchased some palettes from TEMU, I think in my very first order, and I was on TEMU a couple weeks ago, and I saw some palettes that looked interesting, and I thought I would go ahead and order them and see what I thought about them and share them with you guys. So I'm going to show you what I got, and if anything catches your eye and you'd like me to do a look with one of the palettes, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and I will do so. And I'm going to show you what I got and what I paid for it. And if you want to head over to TEMU and look them up yourself, you'll know how much, around how much, because sometimes the prices change a little bit. But yeah, and a lot of these are dupes, shamelessly so. I've heard a lot of people, you know, comment on like, how do they get away with that? They're like totally shameless. But point number one, here we got this palette, Make and Bank. Does this remind you of any palette? It reminds me of one I've had my eye on. So when I saw it, I'm like, we'll get it and see. Just the name, you know, the brand name obviously is different, but you know, the palette name, and they call it avocado green palette or something like that. But this is what it looks like, you know, pretty similar to the one that it's a dupe for. Really pretty. I love that it's got a lot of neutral shades over in here, and it's got the pretty greens and stuff on this side. And I paid $5.48 for this palette, and it's, you know, decent. Looks like the pans are pretty decent sized. So I did get Make and Bank for $5.48. I'm looking forward to playing with that. And then I got Empowered, which again, pretty shameless. It even says down here Huda Pro. Just saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of the box. I don't usually keep the boxes for my palettes, so I'll just kind of put them down here under my table. And yep, palette. So now let's see what it looks like in here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the plastic off it so the glare is not terrible. The lighting's bad enough, but let's see if I can cover up the mirror the best I can. But as you can see, it looks very much like the original. So this I paid $6.98 for, which $6.98 is a lot cheaper than yeah, we won't go there. You know what I'm just talking about. I'd much rather pay $7 than $60, and it is extremely similar. However, when I went on TEMU so I could jot down the prices that I paid for all these, this has been discontinued, so not sure if it has anything to do with the similarity or if they just aren't making it anymore. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but this is no longer available on TEMU. But I paid $6.98 for this. Then I got this one, which is another shameless dupe, and I'll show you the inside, but take note of the name here, the brand name. And this is called Polar Rose on the description, and I paid $8.09 for this. But Rose Crystal kind of reminds me the packaging of something else, Rose something else. I mean, uncanny similarity. And let me see if I can get the plastic off this one. I'll just chuck that down under this table for now. I'll go ahead and use the box so I don't blind you with a mirror. But does it look familiar to you? Looks familiar to me. I have had my eye on this for, gosh, at least a year. It's been out about a year, I think. Since this came out, I've had my eye on it. I wanted it. Not this one, not the TEMU, because I just found the TEMU one. I mean the original. And I wanted it and wanted it and wanted it. I'm like, I cannot justify spending that much on a palette. You know, my budget is on the limited side. And every time I see it on a third-party seller like Macari, if it's within my budget, it's gone before I can even go on there and buy it. So when I saw this Shameless dupe, I said I'm gonna get it, and I really can't wait to try this out. I was thinking about doing it today, but I wanted to do the video today, and I'm just kind of like, I think I want to do it in a video, so I don't know, but we'll see if it's any good. I don't have the I don't have the rose quartz palette, so I can't compare the two, but I'm just interested in how good this performs. So then I also purchased this. This is the only one that's kind of out of the first little bunch here that's not much of what you'd call a dupe, but it's called Diamond. It's a 10 color eyeshadow palette, and I paid $5.39 for this. And I just got it because they're all shimmery, metallic-y shades. And I apologize for this fluorescent light. It's terrible. But gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And I want to play with this so bad. Like, look at all the, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Hopefully it performs well. So then I got, I'm trying to look at my list over here. Does this look familiar? The packaging on this look at all familiar? Kind of, maybe a little bit. Yeah, well, let's open it and take a look inside and see what we got going on in here. Don't have any nails left. It's next to impossible. Personally, I don't know how they get away with the dupes being shameless. I mean, like they don't change up the packaging or anything. I don't get it. This is called the Retro Glam palette. What does it look like? It looks like the Retro Glam palette from another brand. It's a lot smaller, and this packaging is different, but the box is very similar. Doesn't have a mirror, so I don't have to worry about blinding you guys. But very, very pretty. Shades are very similar. And this I paid $3.98 for. I'll pay $4 for this all day long, even if the pans aren't that deep, which I don't think they are over here. But still, for $4. So that was in the first little haul I got, and this took not terribly long to get to me. It was right around the holiday season, so it took a little while, but it was well within the window, the delivery window. But took a little bit, but not terrible. I'm gonna have to pause because I just dropped one on the floor. Okay, I'm back. I drop something every single time. So that was the first little haul I got. The second haul I ordered a week after the first one, but they came within a couple days of each other. So this, another dupe. It says bronze palette. Yeah, it's a dupe for the bronze palette, basically. And in the picture, it didn't look, the colors didn't look quite the same because I already have a dupe from I think it's Alter Ego for this palette. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have gotten this, but I did. But it's okay because I can still show you guys. I threw the box away. I should have used it to shield the mirror, but I can show you guys. As you can see, it looks very much like the one that it's duplicating. So I probably will play with it anyway, even though I have another one similar. This brand, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it because I'll butcher it beyond all belief. Is it Ting Fei maybe? I got the Retro and the Glam, same brand, and I used them, loved them. So I'm sure that the quality of this and stuff is similar. This is totally unsponsored. It's not PR. I paid for all this on my own, went in and ordered it and stuff. It has nothing to do with TEMU per se, you know, sponsoring it in any way. But yeah, the ones I've gotten from this, like I said, the Retro, the Glam, and now the Bronze. I used the other two. Obviously I haven't used this. I've only had it a couple of days. I haven't played with it yet, but well worth it. I paid $5.58 for this, and they performed very, very, very well. Then I also got this palette. It didn't have like a name per se. It's just, I just got it because it's a purple palette, and I like purple eyeshadow, and purple looks really good on brown eyes, and my eyes don't get much browner than they are. and I just thought it was really pretty. So I got this purple palette. The colors are not showing up as good because this lighting is terrible, but very, very pretty purples and browns. And I paid $2.24 for this. I paid $2.24 for this all day. I mean, $2 for a palette. And then the last palette I got is the Rose palette, and it's from the brand Miss Young, which is very similar dupe to another, to the Rose from Huda Beauty. I did have the one with this color story from Okalon. I think Ice Cream Beauty had this color story, and then the green, and there was the lavender colored one. And I had purchased them, but it came to me with the shade Broke. So, and I decluttered that because I really wanted the shade that was Broke. Let me put that under there. So I'm like, okay, when I saw it on TEMU, I'm going to order it so I have all 9 shades. And I'll show. And as you can see, it's very, very much similar to the original. And then this came all chipped up, but I'm like, at least you can see it there. It's got some chips out of it, so I kind of, you know, went and got the dust away. But I can live with it, and so I'm not going to get a hold of TEMU. Oh, it came chipped. It's not a big deal. And this shade here has got a couple little chips in it too, but for the most part, it's intact. So, and then the other one, this is the shade that was missing. This shimmer shade, this pinkish shimmer shade. So I'm not going to complain. It's you know, it's close to the Okalon one. It's close to the original from Huda Beauty, and I paid $3.59 for this. So I thought that was a good deal. So anyway, the first 5 that I got, my first haul, with, as we all know, shipping is free, but with tax and everything, I paid about $30 and change for these, which, I mean, come on, man, that's a good deal. $30 for 5 palettes, and you see they're all really gorgeous palettes. And then this one with just the 3 little palettes that I purchased a week later, I think you have to have a minimum order of $10, and this came to maybe like $12 or something like that. Let me see, 5, 7, yeah, 10. Yeah, it came to like $12 and change. I think altogether it ended up being like $13 or so for these 3. So those are the palettes I recently got from TEMU. Let me know what you think down below. Do you have a favorite? Do you think that they're pretty spot on dupes? Are there any you'd like me to come on camera and do a look with? Now, I will admit, it's probably not great for the name brands and stuff like that, but I do buy a lot of dupes just because, for budget reasons. And in the new year, I want to start doing more eyeshadow look collabs, and I may not have the palette, but if I have a dupe for it, I figure that's close enough, because I cannot, like all of these, if they were the name brand ones, I just would not be able to buy all these in one shot. You know, you're talking about a $68 palette, the original. This one's still pretty up there, even though it's not as new of a palette. Well, actually, I think this is newer, isn't it? I don't know, I have a hard time keeping track. But both of these, you know, if I would have bought the originals just for these 2, you're talking well over $100. And on TEMU, I pay, what, 7 and 8, like 15. There's a big difference between 15 and over 100. This one I've looked for on, like, Mercari. I keep having a hard time. They sell out as fast as I see somebody put one up for sale. This one I have found very affordable on Mercari. I probably could have got the original gently used for the same price that I paid for this, but I just ordered it because I was already on TEMU and it's brand new. This, it's not a dupe, but it's gorgeous. Definitely worth, you know, what, the $5.39. I just got it because I thought the colors were really pretty. This is kind of a dupe of the Okalon and the Huda, but I wanted it because I decluttered the other one because the shade was missing, and I really wanted that shade in it as well. And the purple one I got just because I like the purple, and it was only a couple dollars. And then, like I said, this is a pretty shameless dupe as well. and I know the quality's there for this particular brand. Kind of tempted to swatch some, but maybe we'll do that in another video. We'll swatch some of these TEMU palettes. So anyway, that's all I have, just the 8 palettes to share with you guys that I got off TEMU. Like I said, well, a little over 30 and a little over 13, so I paid like $43 between the 2 orders for 8 palettes. I think is pretty good. It comes out to like on average $5 a palette, which I think is not terrible at all. Even at Five Below you pay $5, which I might add, some of the palettes they have at Five Below are pretty good for $5, believe it or not. So anyway, I've rambled enough. Those are my palettes from TEMU. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Good deals. You like TEMU, don't like TEMU. My opinions have been back and forth with it. Some things I've purchased from TEMU I like very much. Other things I've got from TEMU I do not like at all, and I will not say anything positive because there's nothing positive to say. So, but I always keep in the back of my mind, you get what you pay for. So even if I use these and they don't perform well for me, you got to take into account what you paid for them. So I guess that's all I have to say about that. So again, if you didn't give a thumbs up and you enjoyed the video at all, I'd really appreciate that. That's all I have for now. So until the next video, bye everyone.